Listen up for first down.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JG's Lounge. I'm your host Jukebox, back with another episode of In the Lounge with JG and my co-host Brofiki. Brofiki, how you doing today, man?
I'm so good. I'm so excited for this episode.
You know, it's wonderful that we've gotten to a point where we're actually reaching out to international artists like our buddy here, Ivy Robbins. How you doing?
I'm good, guys. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. As I discussed with you before we went live, I was just scrolling through Instagram and one of your clips popped up and I loved the sound of it. And I reached out to you. So it's nice to have, that kind of reach with social media now, just to be able to say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's great. Like, that's social media for you right there.
Yeah. How are you doing in Greece? How's life over there?
Now it's like obviously it's summer. It's really hot. I'm living in Paros. It's a Greek island in Kykladas, yes. And I'm working now. I have a full-time job here. I'm the manager of Avis, if you know, like a rental company. Yeah. At the island, and I that's what I've been doing since 2018. Like apart from music, I've been into music for many years now, and after COVID I had to work more because live shows have been, as you know, very less frequent. And so yes, I've been working since 2018 here in Paros. I'm from Paros, and now life is like, the island is full of tourists. It's shops are full, streets are full, and it's really nice. Yeah,
that's really good. Yeah, and you said it was summer there too. It's but you guys measure temperature in Celsius. For us in the States, we do Fahrenheit. So it's not real for, our degrees is way too hot. It's not really real.
Yeah. What is the temperature though? I want to know.
Yeah, what is the temperature there?
Like 33? No, would it be 33 degrees?
No, like 2 weeks ago, it was almost 40. It was very.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, that is one.
There was a heat wave, but now it's much better. Like it's 33, 35. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, so, I understand Celsius.
Yeah, I don't. How did you learn your English? Did you learn in school over there?
Yeah. We English is mandatory in schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I always had friends because I grew up in Paros. So you meet. I have friends from the States, and we used to talk a lot during the summer, so I could practice. One of my best friends is from Vancouver, so she comes every 3 months in Paros in Greece. And I've been reading a lot, watching TV shows, podcasts, audiobooks, and year by year they got better.
That's incredible.
It is.
It's so interesting.
In your music, you really can't even hear the accent,
That's very good to hear, because that's the one thing you don't want as a Greek artist, to have a Greek accent, because it's just you really can hear it. If you have it, you really can hear it, and it sometimes can be off-putting. Yeah. For the listener.
So do you think it for a lot of international artists that like to use or do English language for their music, do you think it is a talent to be able to sing without having that accent?
I mean, for me, talent, it's about how many hours you work on something. Yes, you can be talented on something, but also if you just work, like it can be, you can get better and more talented. So yes, if you work on it and you just keep practicing, for me it's a plus if you can have your own, like you can describe and you can sing exactly what you have inside you without technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's perfectly spoken. I agree with that. That makes sense.
I had to relearn English after going and learning French full time, so I understand that.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from the United States, but I was a French linguist in the army, and so I went to language school. And day one, it was 100% immersion, so there was no English for 22 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, my family is from France, though.
How was that? How was that experience? Like,
day one, it was
from English to French, yeah, like for
very
22
hard.
days. Yeah,
very, very hard because we have to unlearn so many things, right? So it's like in French, it's like saint, and they're all different words, and you're like, wait, what? And it's like sail, sail, sail in American English, or there. And that was hard for spelling, for writing. So writing was hard and listening. But if I were reading something, it was very easy. So reading and speaking was easy for me, but listening and writing was hard.
oh, that's so interesting. Like, I couldn't imagine like how could it be. So you were in the army, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was not. I'm from Kansas. I'm in the middle of the United States. I'm in Kansas.
Yeah.
And then he's in Utah, so he's further west.
J'habite à Utah. Yeah,
Utah.
It's weird. It's funny because I just had my last podcast was with a guy from Montreal, and he speaks French, Quebec French. Is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So,
go ahead. I was just gonna say I
ahead.
can agree with Juke. I always mess this up on the camera, Juke. That you can't tell on your singing. You do really well. So honestly, I would not know that you had
a lot. Yeah, thank you.
And I do want to throw this up there that you have almost 47,000 monthly listens on Spotify. That's pretty
in
good.
the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good for me. Like for the first, that's my first song I released from the new album, from the upcoming album.
So that's just one song.
I'm sorry.
That's just for that one song.
Yeah, the one song. 8th of September, I released the second song.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and exactly in 1 month. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I will be releasing every 1-2 months in the winter. I have the album. Yeah.
I want to say that is very impressive to only have one song on there and to generate that kind of a viewing is that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I didn't expect that. Like on YouTube, I have never had a video over 20,000K. Now it's on 70,000K.
Yeah,
that's
not 70,000. Just plain. Not K.
Yeah.
And it's people have been texting me from all over the world and listening to the song, and just really happy that I can just share my music and just get in touch with people, and it's amazing. That's my dream.
Yeah. I mean, that's 67,000. That's wonderful. That's really good on YouTube.
And 1 month too. We've seen that a couple of times. Now, I have a question. Have you seen success using specific applications or websites over others for you to get your music out there?
Like I used Facebook ads.
Okay.
Just for my for Instagram, Facebook for real stories. That seemed to generate a lot of followers, especially on Instagram, on Spotify, and I used also Submit Hub, which I submitted my song for a few playlists on Spotify, and that generated a lot of good organic listeners, because they're the ones that listening to the to this playlist, and they shared it and they got it on their playlist, and that's how it grew on Spotify.
That's wonderful.
That is good. And I listened to the song since I reached out to you and you said you'd come on. I listened to that song, and then "I Dream of Summer." Is that what it's called? Is there
Yeah,
another
that's
one?
that's an old one with my yeah.
That's good. I mean, they have that contemporary classic rock almost sound to it. To me, almost like an indie contemporary, just very, very soothing rock music.
Yes, yeah.
What was your as a kid? What was some of the music that you listened to?
My father was is a musician
Oh.
and a writer.
Mhm.
He writes crime novels.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That would be very popular in the United States with most of the women I know.
Yeah. It's so popular, and they're popular in Greece as well now. Like really going well. Like he prints and he reprints, and it's going very well.
Okay.
But he's a musician. He used to play guitar and a folk instrument called lauto here in Greece. So
Okay.
he taught me how to play guitar when I was 9. And I would listen to Greek music in the beginning mostly. But then when I was like 13, I stumbled upon YouTube, which was my favorite band when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And that's when I fell in love. Like I bought every album of them. I bought every live concert that I had, like on DVD.
Mhm.
And I would just binge watch them and just screaming like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. Like I was hooked. And then
Yeah.
like I went to more hard rock and metal, and then I went back to more soft rock. Just changed over the years.
And that's something that this show is. We bring light to every genre. We've have everything from heavy metal artists to someone like
Bluegrass
you
and
to
folk and-
bluegrass. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had so many different genres on the show, and it's amazing to hear, especially with social media. It's been so easy to kind of get that reach to kind of reach out to people and say, hey, we want to hear your story. We want you on here so we can hear how you got into what you got into and what was your inspirations behind it. So again, we appreciate you being on today. So
No, I mean, thank you for doing what you're doing. Like, that really helps us, give us a podium to talk and just to say our story. That's just, it's amazing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you. We both appreciate that. So
Yeah, very much.
So what was like your childhood like did you have a lot of friends growing up? Like were you were you in bands like in school at all or in music classes?
Yeah. I was. I grew up in Paros, so I had like the friends that I were from my school. I was raised in a family with 2 other brothers, small brothers. I'm the older of 3. I'm the only one who plays music and sings. Yeah, when I was, I always wanted a band. So when I was 12, 13, me and my best friend started a band. He plays the drums. We started playing at school gigs, at parties. Like we had a sound like Nirvana, and we used to be into Nirvana at 14, 15.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to wear like stripe shirts and.
What do you mean used to? Come on,
was
man.
also,
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Had a long hair going.
Yeah. Everybody has those phases.
It's not a phase, Mom. I'm still that guy.
I'm never gonna change.
So is your name pronounced your real name is it Petros Venturas? Is that how you pronounce it?
Petros Venturis, yes.
Okay. All right.
Venturis.
So
it's nasally juke.
I did read on Spotify a little bit about it, but what is the concept behind the name Ivy Robbins? There's some meaning to that, right?
Yeah. So in the beginning I was thinking about a band name,
Mm-hmm.
But because I have my producer and the guitarist that plays the electric guitar is my main band member.
Mm-hmm.
That he did the arrangement for the album and everything. He's one of the best musicians in Greece. He plays with the biggest names. He arranges like the most important albums. He's only 34.
Oh wow.
And he's like one of the most talented musicians in Greece. So he discovered me. Like I wanted to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
He had played guitar for Dream of Summer, and I
Mhm.
contacted him and I said like, I want to do an album with you. I want you to arrange it because like I'm very busy. I don't know if I have time to do it. Like she said like, send me one song. Maybe I can do one song, but not a whole album. So I sent him I sent him two songs, so he can have a choice between two. It's like, I like them both. Can you send me more? And I sent him more. It's like, I'll do the album. I really like them.
Yeah, I love that.
That's wonderful.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
and-
good news for you. Yeah.
And he was like, I want to work with you. Like, it's my favorite album that I've done in my life. I really like it, and I want to also help you with the live shows. We will play together. I will arrange the band and everything. And now we are in the process of booking live shows for the winter.
I love that.
That is such a
Yeah.
neat. Yeah. See,
That
hearing
is
these
so
kind of
neat.
stories, these are the kind of stories that I love hearing on this show.
So you just reached out to him because you were like, I want to work with you. You're really good. And he didn't have the time. And then he said, okay, send me things. And you did. But he said, send one. And you're like, no, I'm sending two. And then it turns into this.
But I sent him two for him. So I was afraid of maybe one of these two he didn't like. So I was like, send him two so he can choose one of them too. And it was like, I like them both, send me more. And then I sent him two more. It's like, let's do a whole album. Like, I like everything.
How was that? How did you feel
Like-
with that response?
Amazing. Like, I don't have words to describe it. Like, it was amazing.
Okay.
Like, it was the biggest praise, like, to come out of him. And now artists, like big artists from Greece.
Yeah.
Also, like, which are in labels and music labels, also independent artists that are big. They were reaching out to me and sending me texts on Instagram or calling me. They were like, he never says good things about other people. He's so hard to tell good things about other people.
Yeah.
What did you do to him? Like, send us songs. We want to listen to the songs that he like. And we have like a lot of really, really good songs coming out. Like this Warrior was, it's a good song, but we're really excited about the next ones.
Okay.
I can't wait. This is great.
No.
1 month from now, you said September 8th will be the next song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
All right.
So the process of making these videos, like with Warrior in the studio, how many times did you have to record that?
Not too many times, like, because we recorded every song live.
Mhm.
We played, like, me, the electric guitars, the drums and the bass. The four of us recorded live the songs.
Mhm.
So we had to have we had to have the cameramans be on in front of us all the time.
Mhm.
And then we used sometimes after shots, like after we recorded, we had again some shots taken, but it wasn't like it was just 2 hours of shooting. Like, we recorded every song live in the same day. Like, in one day we recorded every song.
Oh wow. Did you guys have to travel for that? 'Cause, I mean, you said that he's pretty popular all over Greece. Does he live near you, or did he come to you to do it?
No, he lives in Athens. I had to travel and meet them all in Athens. Yeah.
Okay.
In one of the best studios in Athens. Yeah.
The studio, the video was amazing. It looked like a really neat studio.
Yeah, the studio is really good, and he's the producer in that studio and arranger of that studio, and he's also like the head. He does everything there, and it's a very expensive studio. Like when I was there, I would see like really popular artists in Greece, like coming and listening to my songs, or just just talking. And I also got like a lot of offers to write songs for them, and now I'm working also on writing songs for other people here in Greece. So it was really helpful for me, and because it's such a good studio, it's very expensive as well. So it was like I really like your work, so I just get paid 10% of what I get paid. Like I really want to do it. I really want to help you.
Wow,
So
that's
that's
really good.
mind blowing. That's so good. That's so nice for me to do that.
Yeah.
He really, really helped me. I have no words for Dimitris Chabos, yes.
Okay,
No.
that's really cool. So,
Sometimes that's all it takes is somebody just to believe in you, man.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah, just keep working, and maybe someday you have a shot. And that's what happened. I'm really grateful about that.
yeah, and that is really neat because I'm excited to hear some more of your music because, Warrior is a great song. Like it's such an easy to listen to song. There's nothing about it that comes off too much of one thing or another. It's very easy to hear.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now
Really,
I did see a clip with your cat. And does
You have a cat?
represent? Does that have something to do with the song?
I have a cat
No.
too.
her name is Lila. He's a Scottish Straight. See, like when I wrote this album, I wrote it in 2022. I had a serious health issue with after COVID. I had infections in my ears, so I couldn't walk for months. I had vertigos, and I would throw up.
That's bad.
I would throw up like whenever I moved. I would throw up, and so that was really hard. And it took me almost a year to just get better. So that was very stressful, and like people get depressed with that, and they would advise me to get antidepressants, but I didn't take anything. I just wanted to get through it on my own. So I had to meditate a lot, just play with my cat, just try to not think about it, because it's very hard to have like a constant vertigo for
that long.
11 months, 10 months. Yeah.
My wife gets vertigo, but it's for little short times. I mean, I couldn't imagine that for that long. That's what crazy.
Yeah, I still have dizziness, but it's much more manageable, and I think it goes away now. Like it's more than a year since I got it, but now I think it goes away finally.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had just my guitar, and I would just write music and write lyrics and just try to describe what I'm going through. Yeah, I mean, that's song Warrior was for me this period of just trying to find light and strength and hope, and just try to get through it. That's why I called it Warrior. And Ivy Robbins was the name. I got it like I was meditating one day, and I had a candle in front of me, and it was in front also of the TV screen. And then I saw like reflection of the candle, like spectrum of it, just like birds on the screen.
Oh wow!
And I have recently seen a documentary about Robbins, that they use quantum physics to travel. It really amazed me, and I wanted to name the band Quantum Robbins, but it was a little bit more hard to say. So I call it Ivy because poison ivy, and like the difficulties I faced during that year. Ivy Robbins, yeah, that's why I got the name.
I love it. That is very personal, and that is very heartfelt, and I hear that in your voice. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
Yeah, Jesse, you got any questions you want to ask?
Oh man, You had all sorts of questions.
So-
But it's gonna, let me throw you for a curveball. What kind of music are you listening to right now? Like guilty pleasures. Who are you listening to on the radio or in the car or whatever? What are you enjoying right now?
Right now, I'm just listening to a lot of Coldplay.
Uh-huh.
I really like Coldplay.
uh-huh.
I'm listening to some Greek singer-songwriters right now,
Mhm.
and what else? Like around recently, I've been listening to a lot of. I don't have the Spotify in front of me to remember that.
That's okay. That's
okay.
all right.
Yeah, that's good. That's
But
all right.
I'm listening like 24/7 music right now. Like
Yeah,
I get it. I'm
Yeah.
the same way.
me too. I don't even listen to the radio. I just listen to Spotify.
yeah,
Really?
just try everything. Like yeah, just keep searching.
Or I'll like I'm
Or
or like
SoundCloud
I
for me.
like I found you like on Instagram before I even messaged you. I go on Spotify and I look up the artist and I'm like, okay, and I listen to some music. And I've been finding a lot of artists that aren't very big, or well known, that have wonderful music. So I
Yeah.
mean, it really helps inspire me to do this show and continue to reach out.
Now that I've been putting I have my song in a lot of playlists, I go through the playlists and they have more artists like me. And man, like so many good artists out there.
Mhm.
The competition is really, really high. And I really love that. Like you can hear amazing productions and amazing songs
Mhm.
everywhere now. And that's so good. Like we have like almost 60,000 songs released like in Spotify every day. Like that's crazy.
It is. Which it also makes it kind of. Would you say it makes it difficult to get your name like out there, or like what? Like
Well,
if you didn't have your producer helping you, do you think that you would have the reach that you'd be at now?
like no, I mean it really helped. Like the production is so very good,
Mm.
but still it's really hard to get your name out there. And like for a new musician, it's not easy at all.
Mhm.
It's not easy. Like the odds are against you.
Yeah, and that's the same thing like this show.
Yeah, for us too.
Podcasting. Since COVID, I mean, they've been around for a long, quite a while. But since COVID, everybody was stuck in their homes, so a lot of people started doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people only do like 6 or 7 episodes, and they're like, "Okay, I'm done." But it's the podcast is still out there on Spotify or whatever. So being somebody who can commit to something and have the drive to continue to do it, those are the people who succeed, and that just keep pushing and are
Yeah. Maybe the next day it's your day. Maybe
Yeah.
next month, your month.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. We started this. Let's see. I joined you a year ago now.
Yeah.
Wow. We need to celebrate
Yeah.
at
It's
some
been-
point. Anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're at like 22 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
total.
22
That's pretty-
episodes. And yeah, we've
I
had
hope you get to thousands.
I
think
hope
you-
so too.
me too.
I could do this honestly. I could do this for the rest of my life and just interview musicians because I
Yeah,
love
you-
music so much.
You're so fun to talk to. You're so
Thank
like
you.
so interesting, and just I want to know more about you.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, ask questions.
We're here too. It goes both
Doing
ways,
great.
man. I just
So where did you like? You grew up in Canada?
No, Kansas. I'm in Kansas in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been here my whole life, and I mean
Okay,
I've traveled a lot in the United States, but music has always been big for me. And I come from split families, so on one side was a lot of like Christian country music,
Yeah.
gospel, and then on my dad's side it was like Stevie Ray Vaughan, BB King, a lot more older like Paul McCartney, Tom Petty. And then my grandpa liked smooth jazz. So like I got a little bit of, a lot of different music in my life. And I never played But I've always just got a lot of inspiration from music my whole
Yeah.
life. And there's something about it that reaches out to people, no matter what the genre is. Everybody finds something that kind of links to something in their life and helps them get through stuff. It really does. And I actually wasn't a very popular person until I started getting into other music, and I'd start talking to people, and I'd meet somebody like you, and I'd be like, hey, what do you like to listen to? And now I listen to so much different music. I can either give them some artists to listen to, or, just it's an easy way to have a conversation with people. So that's kind of the whole reason why I started this.
Yeah, music can really connect you with people, and just you have like music generates feelings, and feelings are so great to relate to people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rafiki, how about you, man?
Oh, hell. I was born in New York State, in the country, where we had horses, not in New York City. I have to clarify that.
Yeah.
My dad was in the Navy and my grandmother was in the Air Force, and my dad got out of the Navy so I could be born. And my grandma was finishing retirement, so we moved to Ohio. It was 1990. We moved to Ohio, and I got really sick. I got bit by a tick and got Lyme disease, which
Ooh.
I still have. It sucks. And my grandma retired. We came to Utah, so Salt Lake City, Utah. And a few years after that, my parents divorced, and I moved with my mom. We traveled a lot. So my dad listened to Johnny Rivers a lot. So that was the type of music I listened to with my dad. When I was with my mom, it was all country. So it was like Toby Keith, Tim McGraw, Shania Twain, Reba McEntire. So I grew up on country, and it was like early 90s country. And that's kind of why I loathe it now, because it just reminds me of a really hard time for me. When I was living in Florida, I was going to middle school. So I was 10, 11 years old. Florida is very influenced by pop culture. And so if you were on MTV, it was a TV series that would play the top 10 hits, music videos.
Yeah. I know.
So I only listened to those, Blink-182, Cisco, yeah, Shaggy, all this stuff, the early 2000s. Eminem started coming out, things moved to Utah. It's a little different because Utah is very they're very conservative with what you listen to. If there are any bad words in something, you just don't listen to it. So I played the flute and the clarinet, and I don't think I've even told you this, Juke. I played the flute because there was a girl that I liked that played the flute, so I joined band for her. I do crazy things for girls, man. Same reason why I joined choir in high school, which was actually the best thing I ever did, because there was 3 girls I had a crush on in the same class. I'm like, hold on, I get an hour and a half with you girls? Sign me up. And once a year, I'm on a bus with you guys for 16 hours. Let's go. I'm gonna do it. So choir.
I'm sold.
I can't read music though. I can hear it and match notes and everyone around me and pitch, but I can't read music as far as oh, that's an A minor. I don't care. Same thing with music, with bands. I wanted to play the guitar. My friends were in a band, and all the girls liked the band guys, and I'm like, shit, I want to play the guitar, but they didn't have a guitar spot or a drum spot. There wasn't a bassist, and so I went to the pawn shop. I bought an Ibanez bass with a warped head, and I just played the low notes. And so that's where that started. Then I threw a battle of the bands when I was 17, and I'm like, man, I really want to be an event coordinator one day. Fast forward a few years, I'm a photographer in the music industry, and I work with some of the world's largest musicians. That's what I do now. That's my for real. And then I do this, and I manage a couple artists and bands now. So that's what I do. I ended up still can't play music, and I can't sing that great because I've been smoking my whole life. So there you go.
But
that's me.
Music. You're still in the music.
Yeah, I have a tattoo right here. So I got the music notes from my daughter, her handwriting, and then I've got this the old iPod, but there's no pause button.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's funny.
that's very
because
cool.
and then it's dopamine because music is what gives me my dopamine, and so that's been my drug of choice my whole life is just listening to music. Wake up, press play. If I'm in the shower, there's a speaker. I had a good sound system in my car. I got one in here, every room in my house, music all day.
That's so cool. That's amazing.
In fact, I still have like all my
So
badges on from work.
you said you listen to podcasts. What kind of podcasts do you listen to?
I have listened to a lot. Like I really enjoy science podcasts. Like I am really into space and quantum physics. That's why I really like quantum. And I will listen to Joe Rogan and
Yes.
Tom Segura.
Yes.
Oh, Tom Segura.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be real good friends. Russell Brand, he's up there too, man.
Yeah, Russell Brand has a good podcast too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like I really like it, and like a lot of comedians, like whatever, like everything. Like I really enjoy like listening to podcasts and learning new things, and just so
Wait a
nice
minute.
to spend your time.
Are you a Matt Rife fan?
Matt Rife, yeah.
Someone send this man something about Matt Rife. I can't right now. I'm fangirling hard.
Have you
bro.
seen him? Have you seen Matt Rife?
Like
He's
a
an
young-
up
he's a
and coming
younger
comedian
kid, yeah.
that you have to listen to if you like comedians.
like it sounds familiar. Like he's not. It's the good-looking guy.
Yeah.
pretty good- he's a
He's
pretty looking guy, yeah.
He's a very good looking guy.
And he talks to the crowd. You know.
I've seen. He does a lot of interactions with the crowd, and
Uh-huh.
the girls hit on him. Hear him.
He's getting very popular very fast.
Yeah. I know Matt Rife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Whew, that was a close one.
I also have a comedy podcast as well, so you're more than
You
welcome to come on
do.
there if you'd like.
Of course. Yeah.
Can you crack jokes?
I like jokes. Yeah.
Good, I like it. I only have dad jokes, man. Mine are lame. Mine are super lame.
Yeah, my so my I'm gonna give a shout out to my comedy podcast real quick. It's called Stardom. And what it is I have guests on, but I don't tell them what we're talking about until we go live, because then they can't prepare for it. So
That's
whatever
what happened to me.
whatever I pull up is they don't know how to it's a raw reactions from them. So it's really good. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to know what he threw my way?
I'll check it out for sure. It
Okay.
sounds really interesting.
I'll send a link to you. Yeah. For Jesse's very into like spiritual stuff, astrological signs.
Zodiac signs. Yeah,
So
that's what
I
I'm always like,
found,
when's
like,
your birthday? What
I
does that
found
mean,
I found like farm animal signs, and we just joked about it.
It was like,
fun.
what animal do you think this zodiac sign would be? It was like a Scorpio. It's like, if you were an animal as a Scorpio, what would you be? And he's like, you would be a pig. And I lost it, man. It was so funny, and I'm like, oh, that is
Yeah.
great.
I'm
And
You are. It
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Hey, us water babies.
I'm such
Sorry,
Sagittarius.
dude.
Yeah,
I know,
sorry.
but you're my favorite fire sign, hands down.
So you like space and stuff too. So you said, so what do you like study the stars and stuff like that too? Do you research that kind of stuff?
Astronomy, astrology.
Mostly astronomy, and I'm a big fan of Stephen Hawking, and I'm fascinated by everything about space, like interstellar travels, like black holes, the theory of wormholes.
And the white hole.
What?
White holes have been discovered, and there's a planet that just came out of the black hole. Sagittarius A. Sorry, I'm a super nerd too.
Oh, that's like it really gets me going. Like it's amazing.
And what do you think about the government coming out and saying aliens are real? Did you hear about that?
I watched the live stream as well, but
Yeah, what is your government telling you?
I still don't
Do you
know.
have
No,
a government?
no, bunch of idiots. So that's nothing.
For me it was more of as I don't like to get into politics, but I feel like they kind of didn't really give any proof.
Yeah, I'm still not buying it. Like they have to source more. They want-
Yes, I agree.
You
I
mean to
agree.
tell me that you don't think Santa Claus exists because you don't believe? You are sadly mistaken, sir. Or this
I-
thing that
the
people
pre-
call
look at-
God or whatever. Same thing. Aliens can everything exist, man.
No, I didn't
Everything.
say I
And
did. I didn't say I didn't believe in aliens. I just said that they
you
didn't do a
wanted
very good job.
proof.
They didn't. Well, they didn't give any proof.
You
Like-
don't need proof to believe, man. That's the whole point of believing.
Well, when people want to hear, like when people are saying, "Hey, we want to hear this," we want to know.
Oh, I'm sorry that you need to hear that you're pretty to know that you're pretty. You either know it or you don't.
I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself every day.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm the alien here. I imagine what my cat thinks of me.
Okay, so let's get back to you, Ivy. Where are you to? So you're working on an album right now and putting an album together, correct?
No, the album has already been put together.
It's
Every
done?
song is complete.
Uh-huh.
The album is complete. So
Just a slow release.
we're just slow releasing. Yeah, we don't want to just release all together. Just slowly, and then we will release 3-4 songs in the end all together. Yeah.
Mhm. Are you looking at doing any touring? Like, are you gonna tour and do the album live?
Yeah, of course. Like we will do live shows in Athens. We will promote the album, and we will start performing live in the winter.
Are you planning on doing like international tours at some point?
I would love
Maybe.
that. I would love that. Yeah, we definitely gonna check it out. But for now, we want to start like
Mhm.
locally and see how it goes. Like you
Mhm.
never know. Like I really wish I can.
Have you ever been outside of Greece, or have you always lived in Greece, or have you only been in Greece?
No, I've traveled a lot, but I haven't been outside of Europe though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I really haven't. I've been to Canada, but I've mostly just been in the States. So
I had plans of going to Mexico and then New York for the winter with my friends,
Mhm.
with my best friends. But after I got the offer for the live shows, I just can't leave for 1 month without knowing if I have rehearsals or a live show on December.
Yeah.
So my plans, and I will see later on when I know my schedule.
Well, if you ever decide to tour here in the States down the road, we can help you get some.
I know a
some
lot of
shows.
people to help.
Yeah.
That's about
Yeah.
it.
Like I really wish I can. Like I would try. I
Oh
would try.
no, just say it will happen when
Yeah.
it's supposed
Yeah,
to.
it will happen. It will happen.
Eventually.
It will, and when it does, I will meet you in person. I will shake your hand and hug you
Me
if you
too.
want it.
And just, of course,
Uh-huh.
like I really wish. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
happen. I'll meet you in person, both of you.
Yes,
And
of
I
course.
definitely want to help you in any way get your music out
Yeah.
because I've been listening to Warrior quite a bit the last couple of days. Granted, I only do what he tells me to do. He's like, "Hey, we're doing this thing. I found this cool." I'm just kidding. I do
No.
my research too. But it's a lot of music that I can relate to. I mean, that's kind of how it was for me with COVID as well. Like a lot happened, and I did get sick as well. And I envy the fact that you have the ability and the courage that I don't to write music. I think that's really cool. I take pictures of photographer or like of musicians, though. I like doing that and capturing those moments. But as far as this goes with this album, would you say that like there's a theme to it that we could look forward to, or is it kind of like a little bit of everything, or how would you say this album is as a whole? How do you feel about it?
I feel it's about it's about resilience. It's about strength and being grateful and overcoming hardship and love. Like
I love that.
Uh-huh. It sounds like a lot of it's personal stuff that is, inspired your music too.
yeah, like every song I write, like I'm trying to put a story into it.
Yeah.
Good. because you hear nowadays there's a lot of artists that they'll either just put something together that doesn't really have meaning. They just, it rhymes or whatever. But to have an artist that literally you can hear that it comes from a personal space. When you hear that in the music, it's a totally different like feeling when you're listening to the song.
Yeah, the next song I am releasing on the 8th of September is called "Love Is Our Home."
Ooh.
And during the winter, I wasn't like I didn't feel very well, so I was talking with my friend from Vancouver. She's Chinese, and she grew up in Vancouver, and she doesn't speak with her best friend now. So she was really sad and depressed about that, and she was stuck in her home because there was a lot of snow outside for quite a few weeks. So we were talking, and I got inspired about her story, and I wasn't very well as well with my love life and everything that was going on with my life. So it was kind of a song about manifestation and try to manifest also love in my life. And that's why I call it "Love Is At Home." And the song is about like you stuck somewhere in your life, like outside it snows, you can't do anything, but sunny days will come again. And don't be afraid. This song says, "Don't be afraid. Love is at home," and just everything will come around.
That's amazing. Honestly, like the story behind the inspiration for the songs, it almost makes you tear up, So that's good. That's good. Hey, Ivy, I really appreciate you coming on once again. And I know I've said this a few times. And I think that being able to have people like you on the show just kind of shows that if you're willing to talk to people and get to know people and hear their stories, a lot of them want to tell it, So I really want to thank you for being on here.
Thing it's just it's the first time I told my story as Ivy Robbins, so that's amazing for me. Thank you for giving me the time and the platform to speak. I really appreciate it. I'm really grateful about that. I really wish you the best, like in everything you're doing, also with the other podcasts and this, and with the photography that you're doing. I've seen your Instagram file. It's so cool.
Oh, wow.
I really wish I can meet you in person one day and just play and just meet you. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that a lot. Thank you.
We do something, and I do want to throw this out there because I think it'd be great to have you as part of this, but we haven't set a date yet, but we do something called a tour to you. Yes. It is a virtual concert that we do specifically on this channel. And we get, 8 or 9 artists from different genres from all over to do a 15-minute set. Just
so you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, pre-recorded, whatever you want for the people watching the show. And I would love to have you on it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So I'm sold. It's done.
Cool. Right. And what's really cool is we partner with a nonprofit organization as well, and we do donations from a lot of the tickets that we sell. And so we've done some really cool things for the community so far with music. Music is very healing, so we appreciate personally, speaking for myself and Juke here, that music is healing in a lot of ways, regardless of what type of music it is or how you listen to it or whatever the song means to you as a writer. But your song means something different to everyone that listens. Yeah. And so I just want to say thank you for having the courage and the tenacity and diligence to write your songs and to reach out to your friend to play. So we got to hear it. We get to have this conversation. And that's one thing that we like to do that we notice is Juke and I know a lot of people in the entertainment world, with comedians starting, and things like that. And we just like holding space for people. Like you hold space for us every time we hit play to hear your voice. So that's just me.
The world needs more people like you guys. Like what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
are
much.
you.
And you too. You too. And basically what we do is I make clips or reels or, TikToks and of the shows. And I just send them out to give exposure to the people that we have on,
We help you grow, and we share
Yep.
your songs with everybody on every platform, on both his and mine, and for you to use. It's like free marketing, man.
Thank you so much. I have no
Yeah.
words, really. Thank you so much.
You're so
No,
welcome. It's
we
my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
I sell your podcast to all my friends now. When it gets out, I will reach out and say, hey, check them out. Really great.
Yeah.
To all my music friends. And
Yes.
I'll do what I can do with on my part.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll be in touch because I would love to have you on our next concert that we do.
Thank you so much. I will be there. Now you told me you cannot take that back.
Oh no, yeah. And,
No,
and you
you
just
got it.
you could film it anywhere. 15
Yeah.
minutes, you could be as
We've-
creative as you want.
The last
Yeah,
one we
yeah.
had an artist
When-
that literally just sat and did an acoustic.
And I will do a 15-minute set. I will just try to make it as cool as possible and send it to you.
Okay.
Oh, and this is what I'm gonna do right now. Check this out. Hold on. Ready?
What are you doing?
Hey Siri, will you set a reminder for September 8th to preview and share Ivy Robin's new song?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna miss this for the world, man.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure you got a big day ahead of you. I actually need to be getting to sleep because I
Oh,
have to
you
work
do,
in
yeah.
like 5 hours.
It's like 2 a.m. for you, bro.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. here.
I'm
but I
like,
want-
yeah, it's time to watch a movie.
Thank you for that. Thank you for making that happen for this hour, because now in Greece it's like early morning,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
it would be earlier if we did it at 12. So thank you for staying up that late to do that
Yeah,
for me.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
Of course, man.
Of course, you're so welcome, and thank you. I mean, I it's been a pleasure talking to you for the last hour, and I look forward to talking to you a lot more.
Same.
Yeah, same here, man. It's been a pleasure hearing your story. And guys, if you're listening, go check out Ivy Robin's Spotify, Warrior, amazing YouTube for the music video. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on YouTube, follow him on Spotify. Share his music with loved ones if his music touches you and just like you feel it. You know what I mean? When you feel music, that's how I felt anyway. Like just share it with a few people, throw it up on your stories and share it. And just be like, hey, I like this song. Go support him. That would mean the world to me. And speaking for Juke too, because I can do that. We would appreciate your support in supporting our musicians that we bring on here. So thank you again. And that's all I have.
All right,
Thank you.
Ivy. Until next time.
Until next time.
We'll see you around.
Yes. Have a nice sleep.
Yeah, thank you. You have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.